World Electronic Sports Games returns with a new season, the largest championship among national teams in the history of esports. Dota 2, Hearthstone, CSGO, StarCraft 2, and $5.5 million at stake. European finals will be held in marvelous Barcelona from the 22nd to the 26th of November. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.
Yeah. Jackson. Yeah. Bounce. Yeah.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hellcase Cup. We are going to be going into one of only 2 matches today, and for some reason I got the map still on. We're going to be starting off with 2 teams that are having some struggles at the moment. It is going to be EPG and iGame. It hasn't been going too well for either of them. iGame actually losing arguably their best player as of recent, so Twister is going to be filling in here, and we'll see whether or not they can actually have a bit of a better performance. I think EPG is definitely one of the teams that they have a chance against, but they will have to isolate the individual talent of Spaze, and actually Hooch has been playing pretty well over the last couple of days as well, which could be a nice little sort of addition if the rest of the team can step up as well. I think Nickelback being added to the roster has been a nice change for them. And, well, the big thing from iGame is how are they going to get over the removal of Ottend, because out of everyone in this team, you have sort of looked at them and gone, he's been the best player. He's been the player to actually sort of make something happen and at least make them look like a reasonable team. Other than that, it has been pretty poor. Either way, we're going on to Mirage. Pretty pug-star map, so for both teams currently having a new player in the roster, that should be a nice little spot for them to be in. And yeah, just got to wait and see how this one will actually turn out. I think predicting it is going to be very difficult. I think I'd probably go for EPG, but it really is sort of just, well, it's sort of just looking at who is the worst of the 2, because at the moment it really hasn't been good for either side going forward. But a lot of utility picked up by EPG. We are going to see Fly and Hooch. What's your bet on who's going to win? I'm going EPG, but I really don't know. And the thing is, it's a shame, because I look at this iGame roster and I think, do you know what, they're actually pretty good in the past. I think if there was any game that they're going to be able to take, it would be this one. As said, EPG not really been performing recently. And, well, let's wait and see. Elliot at the top of mid, just waiting patient, catches out Yuho. It is going to be the first kill going the way of the T side, making their way onto the A side. Bomb already going down. Nothing they can do about that. They've got to be careful and turn around here. There's still a couple of players over towards, well, I say a couple. Only one now towards the A site. It's all fallen onto Hooch. He does have an HE. Not really sure how that's going to benefit him in this round. He has to take down the player close first. He's got so many looking in his direction. And although it started nicely for EPG, it will be iGame who actually get themselves the pistol. Well, yeah, I can briefly, very briefly, bring up the groups for you guys, so we will just lose sound for a second. But if you just look at the scoreline of both of these teams, you got EPG 1 and 4, and you got iGame 1 and 3. So it hasn't been going well for either of them. So realistically, this is sort of one of those games where both teams really need to be getting themselves onto that board and pushing themselves up. More interestingly as well, it has to be mentioned, we've now hit that 40,000 marker on the dynamic prize pool. So I think realistically now there's a decent amount of money actually on offer for an online tournament. So I'm looking forward to see who's actually going to be taking it home. If I'm being honest, if either of these teams play the way they have been playing, it's not going to be either of them. But at least this round is going pretty well for iGame. They are going to have a flawless victory. And you never know, maybe they can get back to the sort of heights of when we saw them around that WSG period where they're actually playing really well. I was actually thinking, okay, maybe this will be the next sort of Finnish team to show us what they've got, and unfortunately it hasn't turned out the way. I think Havu are now the ones that we're looking towards. I think they're the ones who've actually stolen Ottend away as well, which has made things that little bit worse. But you never know, maybe this will force the rest of the players to actually step up that little bit. It is AKs in for the T side. Still pretty good buy for the CTs and a bit of extra cash because they don't have the 2 rounds because of the bomb down. It's only that 1 extra round to build up money. Hooch is going to be able to pick up the first as well. Aggressive from Yuho, not paying off. The rest of the team are going to go barreling into the site. Flashbang going to go in. Spaze also does the work there. X7. Gonna be able to trade one back, but he's left it into a 2 versus 4. It's unlikely for the CT side, and realistically, with the amount of money, maybe saving the weapons, but they don't really get the chance, and the T's just demolish them. A pretty simple round, flashing through the smoke, with a bomb strapped to their back. Not the kind of presence that you want in your sack. Beautiful little song. I don't think those are the original lyrics. I might have changed them just a small amount. But, yeah, because of that, CT side can't actually afford to buy into this round. They are actually going to save themselves quite a bit of money going into the next. And with 1900, they'll actually have a pretty good buy. However, likelihood is we are going to see a 2-2 equalization, unless there's some incredible pistol players over on iGame. And I'd say it's possible. I want to see where Saw's sitting. Unfortunately, they aren't over towards B at all. And X7's going to get a nasty surprise. It's actually a bullet in between the eyes. Rotation coming in. Hooch is aware of the potential of the flank. The remaining CTs is just going to be about doing damage. Basic manages 1, but Nickelback very quick on that trade game. And the nade, I think it took the vision away from Yuho just long enough that the peek from Elian is fairly simple in the end. Only 1 man left, Saw. Now, he should know that there was a rifle, but Nickelback very clever. We actually get to witness it as well. Through the smoke, he's shooting the rifle away. Has to be a little bit careful. Also, the bomb is going to be going off in a matter of seconds, so has to run away. And Saw will actually take the kill onto Hooch, so that's a weapon into his hands. He's going to be able to escape with it as well, so that really isn't bad at all. They get 1. Nobody going to be able to take that out. We will get a 2-2 equalization. And as said, now we get a pretty good buy on the board. Saw. See, I feel like he could have dropped an AWP there and kept the AK, and then Yuho could have bought maybe some nades alongside it. I suppose it means the rifle player actually has some extra utility as well, but come on. Oh, extra money, sorry. Could have seen a kit even. Or just head armor. Head armor would have been nice. It's not going to be integral, of course. They are on the CT side, and a lot of the players will drop it anyway. And it's only really the off chance you get shot through a wall. But that's a nice start. You hope. Is he picking up that AWP mantle by the looks of things? Elian going to be forced out and unscopes. A little bit unlucky. Now what can the T's do? They're going to go aggressively into the site. This is not working at all. Space does manage to get 1 after Yuho misses the shot. AWP going to be retrieved. AK will then be picked up as well. A little bit like a pass the parcel of weapons. In the end, it's just going to be PT side with another round. We've got 16-2 called. Okay. We'll see. T-side do have enough money to buy. Still some limitations on the utility. Space actually doesn't have any head armor. And Elian with a Galil, so definitely not ideal. CT side haven't built up that much money though, so it is definitely worth going for a purchase here. They didn't give me a knife drop for my birthday, so I feel like, although I suppose that would mean it's rigged if they did, I feel like your chances are equal to mine, not less likely at all. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Saw? Gonna be waiting in window at the moment. Smoked off once again. Doesn't look like there's a gap in it either, so he's not going to be able to find anything. And actually, the T's have snuck up short. Still a man waiting over towards the ramp. Simple kill for Fly. And now they're going to go pushing towards. And actually, one of the players has started rotating away. A little bit out of position. And because of that space, he just takes their heads off too. Simple stuff from them. Now the CTs have to consider holding on to their weaponry. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Just fall back.
Bomb has been planted.
Hate me. What's your prediction on the scores? I don't know. I'm going to go 16-12. I'm going to go with EPG. Oh, no up sound, no up shot by the looks of things. Yuho will still take down Fly in the end, but he really needs to hold on to this. And they're hunting. They want to remove this from his hands. Hooch trying to be as sneaky as possible. It's going to be peeking round, and Yuho's gone. That's it. Free AWP for the T side, and there shouldn't be a buy from the CTs into the next, unless they are just going to force everything they've got. Yeah, I think Spade's definitely the best player in this roster. Probably in the server at the moment. And been liking how he's been playing recently. It is going to be the force buy coming in from the CT side. Not overly surprising, but it's a risky one. Now, if they can win here, the T's will actually struggle to get a buy themselves. However, that's going to rely quite a lot a couple of individual plays. They've attempted to go aggressive into mid, but not overly. They're just waiting to see if anybody pushes. Push up, Yuho. Trying to return. That's not a bad trade. They lose an MP9 for one of the rifles, but then the rifle gets picked up for a MAC-10 anyway, so not the end of the world. He's now making their rotation over towards the B side of the map. Now, Twister up close with this 5-7. Movement on it isn't so great anymore, but it still has that chance for headshots. And even while blind, he'll take down Nickelback. The rest of the team now going to be a little bit delayed at pushing in. And Twister's done some good work, but Fly has now traded it back. However, you look at the weaponry, and this 2v2 seems to be better off than the start. But Yuho caught out in the open by Hooch. Again, getting important kills for his team. It's on to X7. Oh, if Hooch spotted him there, I think he did. Elian, at least, hits him down to just 16 HP. No, both players are going to peek him at once, and just clever stuff from EPG. Take away any chance of him doubling up, especially with the CZ. You're not going to have a chance at all. And it will be 4-3 now in favor of EPG, and the money not going to be there whatsoever for that CT side. The gifts are actually dropped on stream bonus. I think there's a command in the chat, maybe !! stream bonus or something. And, yeah. Pretty sure you have to be on the website. Quarter 3. Nothing invested this time from the CTs. These are actually just waiting patient as they rotate back and forward at different points. 2,400 in the bank, so there will be a buy in the next round. Twister at least does a little bit of damage. Can't expect too much from these pistols, however. Still got the Deagle on Yuho. Looking to try and find someone peeking out from short. Still plenty of players in mid to find, and that's wonderful stuff from Yuho. Catches Hooch while jumping. Again, Nickelback could just run in and pick up that AK and make sure it isn't retrieved, although actually, he's a little bit slow. Doesn't even look like he's going for it at all, but it means the basic... Well, he'll juggle it over to a healthier teammate, but he still had a rifle at least for a second. Peek out. Smoke's going to be thrown down. Really isn't much in this round for the CT side. It's all about how much damage they can do. Can they at least make things costly? Saw definitely can. He's already taken down Space. still a low player in the form of Elian as well, and he has an AWP. That does not want to be lost. Really, we're looking at Nickelback. He should be the one making some sort of play here. Only has a Mac 10 to lose. Obviously, there's still weapons to be picked up, but Pop Flash going to go out. Spots one, hits the shot as well, and he's just farming, looking for the final player. I imagine stolen. Oh, Basic survives. Maybe a little bit too long. It is going to be 5-3. Still a couple of players lost, but it will only be a Mac 10 and an AK rather than both rifles, so not the end of the world. And the CT side still aren't going to have the best buy in the world. They have to drop head armor, of course. That's the right thing to do. AWP actually going to be forced in glass cannon. Their way out mid. Thor is actually going to be boosted above, but the second smoke is going to fall. Nickelback should take a dunk from the nade. Complete mid control taken. The CT side haven't done too much to challenge it just yet. You are actually going to be waiting. They're going to look to try and boost him up on short, but he has to be careful because there's already players around the angle. He peeks, he misses again. However, there is going to be a trade back. At least a little bit of damage done, but the T's are still just going to go running, and Nickelback straight through the smoke will pick up one. It's left all onto Saw. And once again, EPG just looking to absolutely dominate this round. Saw will at least get one for his troubles, but that is all. And the T side are going to win a 4th round in a row, excluding the pistol. Only 1 round managing to be won. CT side, back to pistols once again. Patience paying off. He's just slowing things right down here. Don't really have any need to go aggressive. They have the man advantage, they have the weaponry advantage, and they're just waiting for those CTs to make their aggressive plays. Still a chance for some damage to be done, especially with the CTs now actually having 3 players over towards that A site. We've already seen what they can do with these pistols a couple of rounds ago. Actually doing better than what they did with the rifles, which is always a worrying prospect, especially when you have all the extra utility in hand. Close position from Saw. May not be something that's checked instantly, but here goes Space. It is going to be the start. Basic managing to get 1. Molly going to be thrown in. Basic actually has Kevlar as well, so that's something extra that he can play with. Looking like they are actually going to rotate. This is going to be pretty close on timings, but they are going to have enough to get themselves over to that site, and they played this perfectly. There's nobody on the other side of the map. Nickelback just looking to try and hold off rotations, although actually going to go back through mid. This is really peculiar from EPG, pretty much clearing every single angle, but the time they get back onto the site, they're really not going to have much time. In fact, they've only got 15 seconds. They're mucking about. They've actually dropped the bomb. This has almost gone catastrophically wrong. What can Yuho do? Can he deny the plant? That's all he has to do and then survive, but Elian is going to shut him down. That is one of the weirdest rounds I think I've ever seen from EPG. I don't even think they knew where they were going at the end of that. One player looking like he was trying to jump back into window. The other running onto short, then gets shot and drops the bomb. That really could have gone wrong. High risk for no real reason. Nice start from Nino, though. Unfortunately, the nades are just going to force him out of position. And Nickelback is going to be able to trade. Hooch actually doesn't have a gun. There we go. He's going to go back and pick up the AWP. And it's a weapon that he's actually been pretty happy to pick up. At least in recent games. Twister as well, forced out. This is something that the CT side have been struggling with. Just the utility usage from EPG. Once again, the A site is going to be under the control of this E side. Although they haven't managed to clear out some of the positions. Nice shot from Fly, though. Will give them the opening they need. Back in. Not going to find anything. Nade should do the trick, though. Fly takes a nasty dunk and a second headshot as well from Basic. Bringing this round back. With this man still alive. Actually, look at that. Look at the spread on the frags at the moment for the T side. That's incredible. 2 frags between top and bottom. Bomb going to be retrieved by Space. He does need to be the playmaker in this situation. This bomb plant position, quite risky. Considering the jungle was not covered at all. But now it means that they can actually fall back to multiple positions. One in the connector. One over towards ramp. The smoke will shut off one of them. The question is, they've still got to get rid of Spaze. And Nickelback doesn't have any reason to peek. Spaze can just sort of play this game. But Nickelback actually goes running through the smoke. Basic just going to go straight for the defuse. Trying to just hold it down. And he's just about going to get it. Spaze not going to be able to stop him. Will retrieve the AWP. But with only one man surviving, iGame, they've got to fight back versus this reset. Hey Noam, I'm not bad. A lot of stuff being planned at the moment, so it's sort of one of those, like, stressful times where you just gotta make sure everything's prepared. There's a lot of good stuff coming from Starladder at least, so that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, you're staying for me. That's nice. I actually did get a drop from one of these once, and it took, like, a few weeks for it to be sent to me. Like, I was so surprised when it happened. Basic is going to run up mid. He's been doing pretty well so far. 11 and 7 on the board. Let's see what Twister can do with the MP7. He actually spins around, as his name suggests, and gets 2. Spaze. He's gone down. He gets a heavy assist onto the kill from Fly. Back into a closer scenario at least. The Molotov not quite going to spread. 7 just hiding in the corner. Elian now the only one left alive. CZ in hand. Has an AWP as well, but Yuho does one better. 5 to 7. Finally getting those boob implants. I don't need them. I've got good natural tits. Will I do any Starladder stuff except Hellcase? Yes, I should. The thing is with because Hellcase, WSG, and some of the qualifiers for the Starladder event, the one in Shanghai, all clash. So I think I'm going to be sort of rotating. I think the idea is to keep me on Hellcase just because. Why not? But we'll see what happens. I think if there's some like pretty good games, I might steal those because you know I can. I'm in full control. Hush. Oh. Really doing too much, just slowing the T's a little bit. CT side economy still on the brink. Both teams, in fact. Seven actually going aggressive. Double op setup now in for the CT side after being able to retrieve one in the previous round. They've actually gone very aggressive on multiple portions here. You can see they've gone aggressive into apps. They've also gone aggressive onto ramp. The problem is they've completely lost all their players in mid. And this position may not be too valuable if X7 doesn't manage to take down the one player in behind. Because they know where he is. Elian's managing to get another as well. And it's left down literally to just the lurker. This is the thing. Well, not the lurker, the aggressive player of X7. He needed to take down Nickelback here. And then his position becomes valuable. His team can wait for him to try and make a move. Instead, him sort of sitting there, okay, he holds back Nickelback, but they lose the site and they lose all the rest of their players. It's like, well done. You now have apps control. And the T's are sat there going, do you know what? You can keep the apartments. We're going to blow up everything else. And, Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. 8-5. There was somebody in the chat earlier who said, iGame get 5 rounds, they'll win the game. So, sir, I'm going to see if you are correct. TTs, once again, with their economy on the brink. And the problem is now, they may be going into the last round of the half with nada. Which definitely wouldn't be the... Well, wouldn't want to be the way they end it. Yuho, again. Going aggressive, and we're seeing a push into the upper apartments. They were able to do this last time, but didn't really manage to do too much with it. He's once again going for that middle control. FaZe has actually managed to get his way into connector. It seems like Yuho is aware. He'll take that free frag all day long. The problem is now, with all that aggression that came in early into the apartments, they're probably not expecting there to be many players here. And straight in, Nickelback, run, jump, headshot. Easy day's work for him. Rotation has come in fairly quickly, but the bomb will be going down over onto this B site. Now the retake has to be on, and it becomes quite difficult when you don't have any utility, only have one kit, and even don't have that many weapons. Twister, they know his position as well. Simple for Elian. Now the rest of the team push in. Leg shot already hit, and a second for Elian. Fly chimes in with one, and gets the second as well. 9-5. Pretty lackluster CT side at the moment from iGame, and it's probably not going to get any better as they're having to force with pistols in this round. Oh, hey, Garg. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will be here in some form or other probably all week. I think the only day I'm not casting is Friday. I think that's the only day this week. And there will still be stuff on the Friday as well. With I think we got WSG and some of the qualification for Shanghai Starladder event, which is pretty cool. B side. Again, going to be setting up to try and hit that A site. Now the pistol of Twister is going to be set up close. Bold prediction, if EPG gets 16 rounds, they'll win the game. What if it goes to overtime? Dun dun dun. Didn't think of that one, did you? Push should be coming in. Pooch. Managing to find the first. Rotation will be quick from the CT side. 3 players going to be on the site. However, that's a very aggressive peek from Yuho. I don't really know what he expected to achieve there. Maybe he thought a flash was coming, and 2 quick headshots leave Basic as basically the only defense left. Does manage to get one. Spaze is out of the round, but they know where he is. They're raining death from above. I don't know where I got that quote from. Over what? And it will be Elian to take his head off in the end. 10-5. Me and Mega Man casting together. It might happen one day. It's possible. Then again, though, his beard's better than mine, and I'm not sure I'm okay with that. I think that would make me quite upset. EPG, very solid T-side. It has to be said. They lost the pistol and still managed to get 10 rounds. Basically, yeah, I've actually, my claim to fame, my biggest claim to fame is that I have met Ming Lee. Are you jealous yet? Like, you're not jealous about all the events I've been to and that I'm a caster. Are you jealous that I've met Ming Lee? Because that's beautiful. Oh yeah, what does your name mean? Oh god. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and read that. Sorry. I keep trying to look at it and find the... like, if there's something in there. But anyway, 10-5. Pistol round going to be pretty important for the side of iGame. We have seen some weak halves from EPG. It has to be said. They've made some interesting decisions with vetoes in the past, going for Train against Binary Dragons. And it's always nice when you can say at the beginning of the game, you go, I don't really know why they went for this, and then they get absolutely destroyed, and you're like, yeah, that's about right. But they have looked pretty good on Mirage. However, now we get to see whether or not their T side or CT side matches up. Also, Elian currently 16-5 on the T side, which is normally, at least for an AWPer, a little bit more difficult. What are your thoughts on Fraxis versus Ectartus? Ectartus have looked incredible recently, so I'm going to be going with them. That would be my terrible prediction. So if you bet on my prediction and it's wrong, that's your fault. T side, 3 players currently up towards the A side of the map, and the other 2 are going to wrap in and try and pincer onto the A side. They don't have much utility, but X7 will expend what they can. Nickelback and Space up above, but nobody connecting the shots at the moment. Fly having the same trouble over in this CT spot. They want to clear him out so they can try and take control of it, but somehow he's still alive, and Hooch and Nickelback will finally get themselves the kill. Fly, 1 bullet in the chamber. May have not been the best idea. Had a chance to reload, now has to fall back, but it won't matter in the end. CT side are going to take themselves that pistol. Is now looking like a bit of a problem. iGame at least get a bomb plant. So that's something. That's, oh, they're gonna go for it. I don't agree, but we'll see if they can make it work. I'm more of a purist. I like to see the buys. I want, if you can wait 1 round and get a buy, I think you should wait 1 round and get a buy, and that's what they could have done into the next. Then again, it can still work. I'm also more of a fan, if you are going to go for a buy like this, drop 2 AKs and then have a couple of players on just a deagle, because I feel like a deagle with armor, it doesn't really benefit you that much. I know that sounds silly, but if you miss a shot with a deagle, you're normally dead anyway. However, X7 with the Galil starts things off. First kill going his way. Nade going to be dunked out. Does a little bit of damage. Fly still has his rifle on the site, so he's not going to have any problems dispensing of saw. Side. Oh, Elian just rude. Jumps down and Space is going to pick up another. Leaving it down. The man with the rifle. Eagle Prince. Now, he should be able to get this kill onto Elian, but it looks like he's going for a little bit more. And he actually turns around. Elian with the perfect timing. Peek out. X7. Doesn't gonna matter. Nickelback. He is gonna be able to finish off the round. Commentary helps me learn from my mistakes. I try. A lot you also haven't taken into consideration. A lot of the analysis I do is going to be opinionated. So, for example, that force buy, some people agree with it, some people don't. It's the same with a lot of stuff, but hey, if you improve based off what I say, that's something, because I don't even improve based off what I say. I'm one of the people who, I don't really play the game how I like to see it played, which doesn't make much sense. I play very aggro. Pistols, a bomb plant, attempt. I say attempt because they're better. Elian's still going strong. 20-5. He hasn't actually died yet in this half. So that's a great sign for him. And, yeah, now we're finally going to get a proper buy on the board for the T side. Still going to have some troubles with utility. Molotov's going to be reduced, although Twister could have got one, but he went for an extra flashbang. You learn puns for Nickelback. I'm not sure that's a good thing. Elian with his trusty AWP. Looking like the T's are going to go back to basics. Try and make things nice and simplistic. Smoke set up over towards the A side. There's actually only 1 man here. Fly, trying to defend it alone. Won't be able to do anything, but Hooch has actually found another pick. Now, he can just sit back. They have a man advantage. This is where you play as a team. You work together, you use all that extra utility, and you try and fight back. But Hooch actually going to win another duel, and Spaze has found another with the incendiary, denying the bomb plant, and it just couldn't look any easier at the moment for this CT side, shutting things down without any real trouble. And iGame, well, I wouldn't be surprised to see them force into this now. Will be the force buy. B-side, somewhat of a last-ditch effort. Gonna go for a split. Once again, Elian, gonna hear a lot of footsteps, knows where they are, and this is just looking so questionable from the T side. X7 will get one. I don't know how Saw gets anything done in that situation, just running in like a headless chicken, but he does manage a kill. Eastside have managed to get themselves a bomb one. That will give them a better buy into the next round. Can they hold on to this one? Nade, not going to quite do anything. Nickelback rounds the corner, finds the first, spots the second, working as a team, and I just... That again... That was a 3v3, and it's 3v0. Not a single player going down for the CT side. 15-5. Only one round left. Now, the T's, they got the bomb plant. They've got max loss bonus. This is going to be the best buy they've had so far. I have to say, I'm feeling pretty confident about my prediction at this point. I have to say, I didn't think it was anywhere near this dominant, though. 15-5. It's been 8 rounds in a row. And, yeah, iGame need to string 10 together. Elian with the jump up. Gives him a nice position on the edge of this smoke. And it's such a common smoke. Elian can just hit a very simple shot to start. Bomb going to be rotating back towards the A side of the map. They have spotted the AWP over on short, so they may suspect that the defense of the A side is going to be slightly weaker. Pretty good gamble, actually, because there's only Fly here, although he has been pretty good at least taking one with him, but he doesn't spot Yuho. That gives the opening to the T's, who are now looking to make their move. Elian with a missed shot, not something I've had to say so much this game. Spaze is already going to find one trying to lurk him from behind. And again, they're just going to try and hold on to this man advantage. Flashbang goes past. Elian just holding at the moment. Now looks to make his play, and the smoke hasn't sectioned him off at all. Simple again. X7 goes down, and it's left onto Saw and Yuho to try and fight for survival. Molotov going down, clearing the angles. Another shot comes out from Elian, and Yuho can try his best, but it just isn't to be. EPG are going to win this game 16-5. A pretty dominant performance, to say the least, and a great way to get themselves back on the board in this Hellcase Cup number 6. Either way, yeah, no, of course, easy prediction, yeah, I knew that was covered totally, but if you have enjoyed, don't forget !caster will take you to my Twitter. Up next, though, we do have X-Tartars looking to try and continue their run alongside Fragsters, who, again, they're one of the teams, I think they're 1-1 at the moment, so they want to move themselves further up that board. Back after the break, don't go anywhere.